All right, guys, Tuesday, Olympic lifting day for our strength. Today's complex is going to be 6 sets every 2 minutes. Building as you go is going to be a hang power clean, followed by a push jerk, followed by a split jerk. Okay, so let's go through it. So starting from the hang means you're going to find your grip on the floor. Okay, get that nice hook grip, stand up tall. Okay, feet are under the hips to start. Big chest, hold your breath. Power clean, so we're not going to be squatting. From here, we're going to go to a push jerk. So again, set your feet so they're under your hips. Big dip and drive. Stand up, bring it back to the shoulders. Reset your feet again, and a split jerk. All right, that is the entire complex. Okay, so main thing here, work on good technique. Building up as you go. So the hang clean, you start tall, set yourself. You can really focus on getting that contact off the hips. So you should feel contact at your thighs. Okay, a common error that I see here is when people start, they come just into the knees. You actually want to bring the shoulder over the bar to feel like you're loading your hamstrings and your chain. You have to engage your lats. So there's actually a little space here. And this part, you feel a lot of tension in your lats and your back before you explode up. Okay. Receiving the bar, you want to have those fast elbows, okay, and then the overhead. If a push jerk is hard for you, you can do some push press. You can do like 2 push press if you want. Make it much simpler. Just focus on that leg drive if you're not going super heavy. Or you could do 2 split jerk. If a push, for some people, if you have tight shoulders, a push jerk is hard to get the shoulders open enough. So a split position is a little bit easier for those with tight shoulders. But again, just 2 good reps, really focusing on getting that drive from the legs, helping overhead, and just build as you go. So that's our strength today. Let's talk about conditioning. All right, guys, our conditioning today is a 14-minute AMRAP. We got 4 different movements. I would say when you're thinking about the weight and variation, most of these are designed like you could do the set unbroken if you wanted to. Maybe as you get tired, you'll break it up, but that's a good way to kind of decide your progression here. Okay, so the first one is going to be 6 hang power cleans. So we just did this in the strength portion, so you should have some idea about this movement already. But again, starting from that hang position, the main difference here is going to be that barbell cycling. So ideally, if you can, you're going to link the reps together. It looks like this: chest tall, big drive. As you stand up and reset, you can bring back down to the hips. Okay, and you can do a couple reps together. If it's heavy, you get tired, you can bring it back to the hip, reset, and do 1 at a time. Okay, but only 6, so this should be moderately heavy. From there, we're going to go to 8 toes to bar. So again, you can always scale the range of motion here if you can't touch your toes, but trying to do something that you can work on that repetitive movement. So if it's not all the way up, maybe it's just to eye level, maybe it's just a knee raise, okay, but 8 reps on the toes to bar. If you have any grip issues, you can go to the floor and do some tuck-ups, V-ups, sit-ups, something like that, okay? After that, it's going to go to 12 handstand push-ups. These will be kipping for those doing it prescribed. The advanced level would be doing this strict, and I'll show you some scaling. So again, kipping, as a reminder, is that kick up, down, load, drive up, okay? If that's hard for you, the easiest thing is to do a seated dumbbell press. Okay, you don't have to get upside down, just work on that basic overhead pressing strength. Okay, you can also do some variation of the pike. So starting off in that downward dog position, the chin is tucked, touch the top of your head, push back. If that's easy, you can do feet on a bench or knees on a bench, right? Any of these options, kind of getting yourself inverted and working on that good range of motion. Again, 12 reps, a decent number of reps here, so whatever you're deciding on should feel pretty easy in the warm-up, okay? And after that, the final movement is going to be 24 double unders. So every time we talk about double unders, we'll always say you can start with single reps if you need. So maybe do twice as many singles, work on using your wrists to move the rope, good upright torso, and then as you get better, work in some doubles, all right? So if I do something like this where I'm doing singles in between, do half the number of doubles, right? Because you're doing a lot of extra singles in between. And then building into that repetitive doubles. So 14-minute AMRAP of those 4 movements. This will feel really good the first round and fast. And then again, that mental and physical component as you get to the later rounds. So that is our conditioning for today, guys. Let's talk about our finisher. All right, guys, our finisher today is 50 side plank hip raises on each side. Feel free to break this up however you want. Just focus on good quality here. This is not for time. On the side plank, you can start on your forearm. I have a pad out. This makes this much more comfortable. And it's just drop your hip and lift. Really focus on keeping your hip flat. If you watch me from a different angle, we don't want the hips to be back like this. We really want to focus on keeping that nice flat line. Okay, you can also do this on your hand. This is a little bit more challenging. Okay, a little bit extra shoulder work if you do it that way. But focus on quality here, 50 reps on each side. That's it for today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.